Hello. So this is me and my T61. This is my highest game damage ever. The reality is I don't see anything special that happened in this game as such. I just was able to take opportunistic times and things just worked out. Now there's not one but two aircraft carriers in this match, and I figured that would be pretty much the end of any sort of game I was going to have in this match, because it's the worst thing I can possibly run into is not just one but two. Yeah, they were both tier 6, but so am I. So it was not what I was looking forward to. Right now we're going to be checking out Charlie Point here. And I've got a nice radar ship behind me. Unfortunately, he does not have a good match. And I've got not one but two torpedo battleships behind me. So
Enemy force detected.
right now we've got nothing happening. And as I'm approaching C, that's when things start to happen. So at this point, it's being captured. I'm detected, and it's the Japanese
Torpedoes dead
destroyer
ahead.
here.
Torpedoes to starboard.
And it was really weird. Like, he must have come from the east and then hung a sharp, like turned hard to the right to get those torps off. And then what he did is he put the ship, he must have boosted and put the ship in reverse, and he actually zipped around the corner of that island backwards. Because I was like, okay, where did he go? Because the radar ship picks him up.
Smoke
And you can
generator
see
started.
him. He's
Engine
just
boost
around the corner of
activated.
that island. I couldn't even shoot him. By the time I aimed at him, the tip of the nose of his ship was just going around the corner of that island. So I just picked on the next available ship, which was the Nelson there. And really,
Smoke
fire is kind of
screen
the
set.
worst thing I can use on him, but
Concentrate
it's all I
fire on
got.
the enemy warship.
Just because of the stupid super heal. I've only played my Nelson, I think, one time. I finally picked it up for free XP. I'm back up to 1.3 million free XP now. Thinking on maybe Alaska. Only because it's been in the port for so long, it could be removed at any time. And then, of course, the 1 million free XP destroyer. Friesland.
All stations. Concentrate fire on the target.
So at this point I gotta make a decision because I'm running out of
Affirmative.
time for the smoke. And if you haven't noticed, there's been no airplanes that have come by at all. The only reason I held on to the Torps is because he's out of my range. If you look on the mini map, he's not actually turning in, he's turning away. So chances of me hitting with Torps is pretty much nothing. The only thing he does here is I call it docking. When you run into an island, I call it docking. Docking procedures have now commenced, and well, he's got to back up now. So I've closed in the distance, and there goes my Atlanta. My radar ship's gone. The fire starter. And that was the closest.
Engine
Uh,
boost deactivated.
if you look on the map right now, you'll see the CV planes are there. They're going after the Monarch. Now, this is my first mistake. I mean, I'm targeted. I'm like, whatever. Oh no. I lose 3,000 health. I'm still detected. Hello everybody, what am I doing wrong? I am Straight lining. Duh. So, anyways. I'll blame it on the fact that I was tired and overworked. Okay, so at this point, I have to make a decision. That York is pretty close. I have an island in the way. I kind of hesitated at this point because I'm looking at where the Terps is, where my Torps are going to be, where he's going to be, and if I had fired maybe sooner, I could have gotten, snuck him by the nose of his ship and had them go past that island. But the York was turning, so I held off. Unfortunately, it costs the Terps his ship. Why he was charging you like that? Not sure, but he did. So now that York is in a position to come up on the Monarch here, and again I'm stuck in the same predicament. I can't fire Torps because I have a high chance that I can hit the Monarch. So I basically risk opening fire in assuming that the York is going to be fully determined to go after the Monarch. That he's going to go nose in and get up close and torp him. Or get close enough to fire and torp him. And yeah, that is the Nelson that just plastered me. And that's what's happening here. The Monarch is getting slammed by the York. And I thought he was going to go for a ram, but he didn't. So if he had passed on the other side, then I suspect his other side torpedoes would have been ready to go. So that's kill number one. I don't bother repairing. If I can wait it out, I won't repair. If I'm burning, then I gotta make decisions at that point. My thing was, yeah, I'm not detected, but maybe the CV will come by finally and detect me, and the Nelson or the North Carolina, they'll open fire and get me with something, and then I got a problem. So the Nelson was somewhat changing course. My thought at this point was trying to get close enough to the Monarch to put a smoke screen down to buy him some time. Maybe to put out the fire, maybe get a heel started, whatever it is. Right now, the Monarch should have pushed forward some more to get around this island, like not stop but keep going.
Smoke generator started.
So that he could have gotten the back guns off and then moved forward to survive, right? Instead he reversed. It's not a decision I would have made. But I mean, we can kind of detect where the North Carolina is. It was highlighted there, so it was fairly far away. And unfortunately, Monarch does fall to the Nelson 16-inch guns there. Now, he's had flooding. He repaired the floods. He's moving away from me, so I already know my torps can't catch him. But in the off chance that he completely turns around, I was like, maybe. And then I'm thinking about things and I go, wait a minute. Monarch doesn't have guns in the back. So why am I not shooting? So, yeah, this was free shots because he can't possibly shoot back at me. And if for some reason he has a maximum secondary build, I don't even know what the range is. But obviously he didn't, so I didn't really care. And obviously at 8 kilometers away almost, my torps are never ever going to reach him. But that's okay. The Furious here helps out, takes his health down some more. He is burning. He is taking small amounts of damage from me, but it adds up, right? Stab someone with a knife enough and, well, they'll die from the blood loss. And that's exactly what happens here. I figured, I was like, you know he's going to have the super heal. The fires are not burning anymore. I was like, oh, he's going to heal and I'm going to be back to square one. And, well, kill number 2. Big Barnya over there was like, too many buttons. He did actually thank me for the smoke screen, to buying him some more time. So we're down, I mean, we're not really down ships, but we definitely don't have the firepower anymore. And yeah, we've got the destroyer advantage against their battleships. But they have 2 aircraft carriers. So really, Monahan over there and myself, we're at a severe disadvantage here. All those CVs had to do is try and find us, and they would have made our lives hell. That's all they had to do. Brought out the rocket planes and just nailed the hell out of us. It would have been all over. So originally the North Carolina was going to go on the left side of that island,
Engine boost activated.
right where F7 is. There's that little opening between the 2 islands. That is kind of where I was going, because I was assuming that the North Carolina was going to follow that line, go up the 6th line, and instead he changes course to try and capture C. When you're in a situation like this and you're alone and there's destroyers out there, you're better off to try and team up with whatever you can. So if he'd gone towards B, then he would have joined up, the firepower with the Amagi. Instead, he's open to my torps, right? The only thing is he keeps changing course, so it's a little bit harder for me to try and nail him. And what I'm starting to do is the torp reload on this thing is so fast that basically I'm going to start doing 30-second drops so that I have basically a battleship reload time once I get it into that kind of cycle. That only every 30 seconds or less, as you can see it was 50 some odd seconds for a reload, you can expect torps every 30 seconds. Now, I was a little bit leery of getting myself into this position to be squashed between 2 battleships, even though they can't detect me. And I got to be really, really careful here, because I'm playing a little bit of a risky game.
Engine boost deactivated.
I'm out of engine boosts. I am low on smoke screen now.
Smoke generator started.
And he was getting just a little bit too close. And he's going to dodge. I'm pretty sure he dodges those torps as well. And I screwed up here. Where I was recording, I was actually recording, I was looking the other way. But I wanted to show you these torps that the one does find the Amagi. So now I've got flooding on him, and I was just waiting to line up those torps now that he's really close. This was my fear, getting pinched. And I'm literally waiting for the guns to come back around to finish off the Amagi, because he's so low on health. And that is what I'm going to do, even though a couple of them bounced. no, I don't have IFHE on this destroyer yet. and he was getting so close that he could already detect me. I'm pretty sure he had enhanced detection, so the assured acquire distance was way better. And at this point I got a problem because I'm detected. And this is my other mistake that I pull off. And I don't know what I was thinking. And hello island. But he's going to eat 3 out of those 4 torps. And the other one just missed. And if I just kept backing up, then maybe I could have shot him, but he was healing. This is what I thought the Nelson would do. But instead, it's the North Carolina that does this trick, where you've already beat the crap out of a ship and it heals up and you're like, well, that was fun. Now I get to start all over. I'm finally being detected by aircraft. Now the Furious has come in to range, and I don't know why. There was no need to come in to the cap or anything at this point. So I'm finally being attacked by aircraft. So North Carolina almost dead again, and I get off a few rounds, but it's the fire that does them in. And yeah, see, this is what I thought my match would be like. That I would be creamed by aircraft. Torps are such a funny thing to try and use against us. And again, I'm holding off on the repairs because if I get that one fire, then I'm screwed. At this point, the guy in the Furious, what he's done, he's actually stopped. He's reversing. I cannot get. I can't get really a good torp angle because the island's in the way, and I'd wind up just crashing the second time, and that would be lethal at this point. I could have turned the other way, but then I'd be pointing at just the nose end of the ship, and that wasn't going to help me at all. So I just had to hold tight, hold the course, and just keep going. Now I wound up firing the torps because I only saw that little bit of sliver of health. Like really, I should just kept firing. But I mean, there's nothing else around anyways. And at this point, it's pretty much, for me, it's going to be game over very, very soon here. I got my Kraken. I mean, it's 123 gun hits. If I hadn't done or been able to get what I did, then yeah, this would definitely gone the other way. And that is where my game ends. So, GG to everybody. And hope you guys kind of learned it, maybe enjoyed it, but really to me it wasn't anything special. Everything just fell into place. Alright. Bye for now.